I was disappointed by the response of the Nigerian government to the UK's red listing of Nigeria due to the Omicron variant. And the response was very disappointing. I mean, an official government response accusing the UK of racism, accusing the UK of discriminatory practices and apartheid. They actually had to use that word apartheid. I mean, it just shows that we do not have a government that reasons, rather we have a government that emotes, because that's an emotional response. It's not a rational response. And I'm going to explain to you why. I mean, that kind of language, it's just full of hyperbole, and that kind of hyperbole is not the kind of what you expect from a government. You can expect that from, monopack touts, but not from a government. Saying that I mean, what evidence do you have to say that it is racist discrimination, it is apartheid? I mean, it's very, very silly. The reason why the UK red listed Nigeria, I mean, it's very, very clear, and it has nothing to do with racism. It's not because we're black people in Nigeria. I mean, it's not. Look, the UK's health minister, they call him the Secretary of State for Health, is a man by the name of Sajid Javid. Sajid Javid, yes, he is a British citizen, but he's of Pakistani descent. His parents were Pakistani immigrants. He's of Pakistani origin. This man red listed his own parents' country, their country of origin. Now, is the man being racist to Pakistani? Is he being racist to Pakistan? We need to when we talk like this, it shows that like we are not at a level that we should be in the international community. Now, ask yourself, when the United States travel banned, or they call it a travel ban in the United States. In the UK, they call it a red listing. They put you on the travel red list. When the United States, President Trump banned the UK and Europe, the European Union. He banned travelers from the UK and the European Union for 20 months. The President Trump banned them when this whole thing started. I think it was about January of 2020. And the animosity, the hatred, the enmity between President Trump and his successor, President Biden. So when Biden took office, Biden upheld that ban because it was in the best interest of the United States. They only lifted the ban November 8, after 20 months. So that ban was in place for travelers from the European Union and the United Kingdom who are white people. I mean, the ruling class of the United States are WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, mainly from the United Kingdom, with some from Germany. And yet they banned those countries. So was the United States being racist to them? No, we need to think before we make these kinds of statements. Now, ask yourself, why were we red listed? It's very, very simple. The facts are there. The whole world, 7.7 billion people, the whole world has a vaccination rate of 56%. You can research it yourself. The whole world, that is of the 7.7 billion people on earth, 56% of them have been vaccinated, double vaccinated. Nigeria has a vaccination rate of 1.8%. That's it, 1.8. Only 1.8% of Nigerians have been vaccinated. Now factor that in, think about that. Only 1.8% of Nigerians have been vaccinated. Now, let's talk about another thing which is more important. Let's talk about the test and trace capacity. Test and trace capacity it refers to the infrastructure that you have on the ground to be able to test people and then to trace them if they have been found to be positive. Now, for you to have a successful test and trace capacity, it must be free. That means the government pays for you to be tested. Because if you ask people to pay for their own test, nobody's going to get tested. Only the rich will get tested. And you're going to have the virus just spreading rampantly. Nigeria doesn't have that. If you want to get tested, you have to pay for it. And then Nigerians, you've got about 90 million people living in extreme poverty. How are they going to pay for tests? So we have a very, very, very limited test and trace capacity. Unlike South Africa, whose test and trace capacity is top-notch. Unlike European countries, whose test and trace capacity is very, very high. Now, when Nigeria says that we only have 3 Omicron variant cases, we're showing to the whole world that our test and trace capacity is nothing to write home about, because it's not possible for us to have only 3 Omicron variant cases. It's not possible. So when we're reporting it, we're telling these people that, look, we do not have proper capacity, and they have to take action to protect their own people. Look, last week, President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa came with a large entourage to Nigeria in the midst of the outbreak of the Omicron variant in South Africa and other southern African countries. Now, what a responsible government should have done is you don't cancel the visit. What you do is that you postpone it. It's very important. You postpone it. So it's okay, President Ramaphosa, we want you to come, but because of circumstances beyond our control, let's postpone it. You allowed President Ramaphosa to come with his entourage, and then now his entourage they've gone back, and some of those people have been reported to have Omicron. Now you think about that. So you're showing that you're not taking steps to protect your own people. Those were the factors that the United Kingdom looked at. I'll give you a very good example. Look, I am in the island of St. Lucia. In the island of St. Lucia. Now, you see this wristband I have? This wristband I have was given to me at the airport in St. Lucia. Now, with this wristband, you only have this wristband if you're double vaccinated. If you're not double vaccinated, you can't enter into St. Lucia. If you're seen on the streets of St. Lucia without this wristband, you will be arrested by the police. You'll be arrested by the police, and you're going to be made to pay a fine. Now, that is how you deal with it. You have to take very, very tough measures, because this virus is killing people. So it's not about racism, it's not about discriminatory practice, it's not about apartheid. The man, Muhammadu Buhari, who is accusing the United Kingdom of apartheid, when he is sick, does he go to Nigerian doctors or Nigerian hospitals? This man has spent almost a year since 2015 in the United Kingdom that is accusing of racism and apartheid. He has spent almost a year. I believe it was in 2017 to 2018. He spent about 6 months in the United Kingdom. The last time he came here, I had to harass Buhari out of London to chase him out of this country back to Nigeria. So if your president does not have confidence in your own health sector, then how are you expecting foreigners to have confidence in their own health sector? So let's look at these facts. Let's stop emoting. And another thing that we have to take into consideration is we have handled vaccination wrong. Because there's no strategy to our vaccination. There's no strategy to it whatsoever. And what does that mean? Look, in serious countries like the United Kingdom, what they did is that they started their vaccination from the top to the bottom. What it means is that the elderly were first vaccinated. Now, it may look to you like they're doing it because the elderly are most vulnerable. No, that's not the main reason. You see, in society, influence is like an upside down pyramid. What it means is that at the very, very top of the influence chain are the elderly. So it's going to be your grandparents and your parents, and then going down to the youth. So if you see that your grandparents and your parents took a vaccine and nothing happened to them, you are more likely to be influenced to take that vaccine. But have we done that in Nigeria? That's why we have so little people in Nigeria being vaccinated. There's no strategy to our approach. So what should we do? The opposition parties in Nigeria, civil societies, and then just ordinary citizens should call our government into account. Let's be a serious country. Let's address the issues in our own health sector that led to this red listing. What are those issues? We need to be serious about vaccination. We have to have a policy in place where we have from top to the bottom vaccination. Also, we have to improve our test and trace capacity so we are able to test citizens for free at maybe like a stadium or large hotels. People can come in. If you have any symptom, you come in and then you're tested for free at the government's expense, and then we're able to tell them what to do. And finally, and this is very, very important, finally, we should be more protective about who we let into our country when a variant has come in, because we do not have the capacity. We do not have the capacity to treat large outbreaks. That is why the United Kingdom red listed us, not because of racism or apartheid or discrimination. My name is Ronald Mokri, and I hope this video has helped you understand this, and please pass it on. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.